John, we got my favorite combo deck in Modern, Living End, against some jank that Tommy built.
All right. Go ahead. And here we go. Did they hear the go ahead?
I don't know.
God damn, they never hear the go ahead. Go ahead. There we go.
Okay.
I think they heard it.
Yeah. He gave you the thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Maybe they're just finishing the point.
He's thinking about whether or not he wants to keep this hand, and he does not. He says, fuck you,
that.
John Brown. I do not want to go ahead. Not with this. Not with this garbage hand.
Now, where I do like that Obnix list is in Death Shadow. I was testing with Isaiah with my mono white thing, and he had a Shadow out, and he had just attacked me with Murktide, and I could have mopped him up the next turn. And he's like, "Oh, Obnix list."
I saw a
sack and fucking ultimate, and
I saw a sweet Death Shadow list in Modern put up some results like yesterday, and it was just blue-black Death Shadow playing 4 Death Shadow, 4 Murktide, and it's playing that new blue-black draw 2 discard one.
Right, sure.
And that card plays really well with Street Wraith, because Street Wraith just gives you a free 5-drop in your graveyard.
Sure.
And it looked like a really sweet
deck. No, that does look good. All right, we're off to a pretty standard start here. Nothing too exciting. Cycling from Living End, going to Tommy. You can go ahead and fetch it into end step.
John, help yourself to these things from last week.
Oh, I will. Actually, I might do that next. Save this trail haze. Drink one of these pilsners.
I'm going to. I'm going to drink one of those later.
I'm curious.
Are there 2 in there? Because I want one. I'm going to have one after dinner. All right. Tommy plays, oh man, that feels bad.
Casting a Blood Wraith?
Yeah. Casting a Bloodghast doesn't feel very good.
Well, it feels especially bad against this kind of a deck.
I love that he's playing this. I love Living In with the Filter Land.
Filter Land seems really important.
They don't play it anymore. For like no reason. I don't know why. I think the stock lists that you look up, the more current ones, I disagree with a lot of the choices. A lot of them aren't playing a basic forest right now, which is weird to me.
So Tommy's got a hat that's in the way. Thanks for that, Tommy.
Yeah, turn it backwards, bub.
All right, Dusk Legion Zealot, UTB, draw a card. Lubcan Tribute 2 drops. Big fan of them. And he's got the Xander, it looks like, in hand. No way to do the thing, though. And another Bloodghast in hand. That's a rough hand in this match, for sure. So here he's going to do the Waker Waves.
Yeah, this is an important card in the deck. Also, if you're looking to put this deck together, if you see a deck that's playing three copies of this, that is incorrect. I promise you. Don't play the 10-11 Dinosaur. It doesn't do shit. Waker Waves can flat out win you matches.
I haven't played the deck myself, but I mean, just looking at the cards, I mean, I'll take a 7/7 that digs you 2 cards.
Digs you to the things you need, and not only that, it powers up a turn 3 Living In by pitching an extra creature.
Yep.
You know,
which will shrink your opponent's shit, which might not matter all the time, but sometimes it might.
It matters a lot.
Yeah, here's a Grief. That's pretty good. So Tommy's like, well, I'm not playing this Xander, so he's gonna take a K command here. I'd have to assume.
Yeah,
it's the only real take.
Yeah, you 2-for-1 yourself to do some hand disruption. Yeah, let's take the 2-for-1.
Yep. He's like, what the fuck is this?
That's a lot of text.
It is a lot of text, dude.
It's like, does it come back for free somehow?
Yeah, that card is crazy amount of text. Oh, man. I'm so happy.
He does not take the K command. What did he take there?
Push.
Okay.
What does a push even do? It doesn't even hit anything in Living In, does it?
It can hit it can hit the flyer and the architect.
But that's like just not even remotely...
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, the K command only kills the the 2/2.
Sure.
You know, so like it
And you
actually.
don't care about discarding the card.
Yeah,
That's
and he doesn't
partial.
really care about the card advantage of K Command because he's just gonna win.
Yeah, he's gonna out advantage him anyway. Oh yeah,
It's just over. I mean, this is actually like I love this deck. It's a horrible deck to put on stream because this match will be over in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like one way or another. Like this deck doesn't grind. It just beats your face in, or you play something that makes it not able to play cards.
Right. I just want to see if we could get Tommy's deck.
And he gets
the thing.
No, and I love having this deck on because I just love this deck.
It's super powerful.
All right, so
Living End is not
Architect,
fucking
he gets to
around.
look at the top 3 cards of either player's deck and put them back in any order.
I do it to Tommy.
I generally do it to my opponent also, just to make sure that they're not going to draw into like in this case, I'd be worried about him drawing into land damnation or something.
Sure, exactly. No, I would almost always do it to my opponent. That's what I love about that card. I had a Grixis Aethervial deck that played that card, and that was one of the best parts of it was setting up my opponent's deck.
I actually played Living End against a dude here recently, and I did the Architect targeting my opponent, and he let it go because I did it on my turn. He untaps, draws a land, and plays the land and passes. And I'm like, just so you know, you're going to draw 2 more lands.
Right.
And he scooped. You know?
Just get that out there, you know.
Just letting you know.
You know, this tattoo's not going to get nearly enough. All the likes it deserves. Such a shame. All right, well, Tommy's dead.
You get no respect.
He doesn't get, cool tattoos don't get respect.
Tommy is dead. Yeah,
Tommy's dead.
You're right. You're right.
Tommy's
You're so right about that.
He's very dead.
And he's scooping him up. Yeah.
All right.
I like.
So
you know what I like? I like a man who knows when he's dead.
Exactly.
That's what I like.
We don't need to waste time mucking about.
Yeah, and this Living End deck it's one of the best decks in the format, and it's never been that.
No,
so it's always been kind of like a
got so much help.
Like a third, fourth tier kind of deck, and it's like I wouldn't say it's S tier, but it is A tier. You know, like this is a top tier deck, and you can take this to a tournament. I like that he's got the Brazen Borrowers. I'm actually a huge fan of that card in this deck. A lot of people have gone to the Turtle. I like the Turtle. Turtle's cool, but I think Brazen Borrower is less sexy, but does more.
Yeah, and it's an important amount more that it does.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's just in a sideboard because I kind of like that. Like,
right,
we'll side
only
into
when
it.
you need it. I mean, it makes sense to me.
The hardest part about Living In is this part right here, sideboarding, because you know your opponent's going to have some type of hate, but it's just judging.
What is Tommy bringing in? Let's see,
it's
Tommy.
judging what kind of hate they're actually going to have.
I can't see it. Leyline. Okay, ley lines. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, grip of them.
Four ley lines.
Counterspell.
And honestly, the thing is, I like that might not even be good enough. Like 4 ley lines. The problem with ley line is you can only play the ones that are in your opening hand. After that, everything else is fair game, and Jeremiah's got a million ways to deal with that right now coming in without really like having to give up anything in the way of what his strategy is. It's a really hard thing.
No, the deck has gotten so much lately.
Like let's not make this, Dustin bitches about ley lines for the second time in 2 rounds, but ley lines is not going to be great here. It could be good. It could be good. If
It's his best option. Probably really. Like, I mean, anything else.
Tommy could have all 4 copies in his opening hand, and his opponent will probably never Living In, but he still has to beat a bunch of 4 mana 4/4 flyers and 5 mana.
Tommy's deck can do that.
Yeah.
So there is that at least, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the other thing is, if you're playing multiple copies of this thing, you're not starting with a very good hand.
Well, he has discard outlets. He has lilies and stuff. He has ways to get the ones he draws out of hand for value. I think for what he's working with, it's the best card he could be playing. Because against Living It, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it a lot on Moto, or I haven't played a lot against the deck, but one-shot Graveyard Hate doesn't seem like...
I kind of like this hand from Tommy because he has 2 pieces of interaction that are different. So he has Leyline that he can play for free, and then he has a counter spell.
I like that.
Yeah, but the thing is
all other lands?
His opponent does have a Force Negation. Does he have a way to deal with...
So do you technically cast the Leyline?
No. You just
You
start.
just put it into play.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just kind of
So I think that's a keep then.
Yeah, no, yeah. He gets the free ley line. But Jeremiah just basically is throwing this hand back because he has no way to deal with artifacts and enchantments.
Right. Which is the right thing to do.
Yeah, his deck has generally you play up to 7 ways to deal with artifacts and enchantments.
Yeah. I mean, you have to.
Yeah, and one of them is the 2/2 that you
evoke.
The 4-mana 2/2 that you
the evoke guy.
Evoke for 2. And that one's beautiful because it gets rid of it and puts itself in. So if you play another one when it comes back,
right. There's a borrower too. That's great.
Yeah, no, this is a much better hand. He's got cyclers. I think there's a Waker of Waves in there. Oh, this guy's really good, but he's gonna. Yeah, if he's putting that guy back, you're in pretty good shape. I like that guy. He's your best secondary win conditions. That 4/4 flyer.
So now does Tommy have hand disruption? That would have been. No,
he kept a counter spell.
Well,
which
that's decent enough. I mean,
it's good as long as his opponent doesn't.
And there's the hat.
If his opponent gets to a point where he can cast the instant speed cascade spell, the counter spell is just not going to be enough.
Well, I think the counter spell is important here just for the Rising Bar, just to protect the ley line.
Sure.
I think that's the only angle the counter spell really has.
I've played a lot of this Living End deck, and Tommy's given himself a chance with this key, but he needs pressure because this one ley line and one counter spell are not going to hold forever.
Well, let's see. Can't see what he's drawing because of the damn hat. Okay, he's got a 2/3 Death Touch, that 2/3 the Aetherborn guy in hand.
Yeah, and he's also put himself in this weird position where
he's got to hold up.
Counter spell.
Double fetch, instant speed.
So he could actually Brazen Borrow this in response right now. Oh, I would do it right now.
Yeah, that would be in response to the second fetch, and he's
thinking about it.
Damn. Good play.
Yeah.
Good play, Jeremiah.
Yeah, this is always be mindful when you fetch. You are going shields down in these interactive instant speed matchups.
All right, well, that probably just secures this. I mean, that was Tommy's fighting chance.
Yeah, well, he's still got counterspell. It's not Jeremiah's still missing some pieces. He doesn't have a Cascader yet.
Yeah.
And what he really needs is the Violent Outburst.
Well, the thing about Living End, though, is that it's the inevitability. It's going to find what it needs.
It eventually just starts casting 4/4s for.
Well, I mean, it can just cycle for days and it'll get there. It'll find the piece. That's exactly what the deck is designed to do, and that's why cycling is such a powerful mechanic.
And we saw this. He got out of this exiling 0 cards of value. 0 creatures were exiled. And now Tommy's got to play scared, right? Like Tommy.
Oh yeah, no, he knows what's what. For sure.
Like in his mind, he's like, this counter spell has to be up all the time. So he's now like 2 turns behind on everything.
Yeah. Now this is not necessarily the best match. We're probably need some bonus coverage. This is probably pretty quick.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, this is one of the few matches we're going to see, I think, from Living End that's going to go a little longer, just because there was some early disruption that Jeremiah had to overcome.
And you got another Leyland that he can just cast soon, so that's good.
If he tries to do it now, it's not going to work out well for him.
No, he's not going to.
Yeah, and this is something that Jeremiah just is not going to care about.
Oh no, it's just a play.
He actually gets to start cycling now.
Yep. Waker Waves card always looks amazing. A very slept on uncommon from whatever core set that came from.
Okay, he's got the Shardless Agent now, but it's not going to work out well for him if he goes for that. But sometimes
he got the
that's-
force, though.
Oh, see, he's also
But
force on his
isn't
turn's
free.
not going to work.
No, yeah. Force on his turn is not going to work.
So
Just be patient.
he's got 2 living ends left in his deck, so he's not in like a dire need here. But
No, I think he just. Yeah, I think you stay patient.
no, I agree. There's no reason to get impatient here. What you really want is to just get a spot where you can try to living end on
Is he
your
holding?
opponent's turn.
Is he holding a living end? Right.
He's holding a living end.
That sucks.
It'll be good for him though. When
Once he draws a grief,
once he draws a grief, he'll be solid.
Let's see what Tommy just stuck down there. Yep. Is that the Og or is that no? That's the Soren.
Yep. And
So,
be interesting to see what
honestly,
Jeremiah
What
does here.
Tommy should do here is sack his dude, attack. If he doesn't get counterspelled, attack with the other Gorn, and then sack it just at a helix, just to put something in his graveyard.
Yeah.
That's the only because that thing's not going to matter on board.
Yeah.
Like I would plus the Soren, sack it, get the damage in, gain some life. That way, when he does living in, he'll have a Death Touch lifelinker.
Sack it to
Okay.
It's gonna get
Yeah,
the
just sack it to
counterspell.
Soren. Because if that didn't get counterspelled, what he'd be able to do is swing, get a couple points, then sack it to Soren, put it in the graveyard for when he does living end.
All right, I think that Jeremiah probably will go for it now. I could be wrong. I like keeping this. Oh, okay, he's got it now. Okay, so he can pass. Try to living end on Tommy's turn. Tommy burns his counter spell, and then he can untap and living end a second time.
Yeah.
So long as he doesn't draw living end off the top.
Right. Does he have the green?
He has.
Yeah, he's got the pool.
Yeah, he's. We're gonna see 2 consecutive attempts at a living end.
Let's look at Tommy's hat. Yep. What's up, hat? Okay. So, I mean, there is that. That's the thing that we're not thinking about, though.
So here's the thing, though. This thing doesn't exile anything that's already in his
in there.
graveyard.
So he's got the Waker.
He's got the Waker, and he's got the Hexproof guy. He's going to cycle in response.
Living end's good.
This is the one thing I really hate. Okay, he's just going to cast the 3/1. Okay.
Interesting.
Being real patient here.
I mean, he's gonna if they're just gonna sit here and race, he will win the race. Well, no, he won't. Just 'cause of lifelink.
He's not winning the race.
The lifelink. Let's see what Tommy drew. He drew a hat and a fucking goddamn wilderness man's hair. Can't see shit. Tommy, you're bad on stream. He needs a discard outlet, man. He needs to get these things in your graveyard.
I feel like Jeremiah is playing to a grief right now. He wants to see what's going on.
Oh, he's got 2 living ends in hand now. Oof.
Oh, so he's only got 1 attempt at it.
Actually, all right. This is
I think that this is so he needs a blue card to pitch to it. So he's got it now. So he's got to go for it this turn.
I want to see what Tommy drew.
He's
damn
not
it, Tommy.
attacking. Why do you not attack with the 3/1?
I don't know. I mean, that was the whole reason to play it, right?
That didn't make any sense.
Tommy, we can't see you.
Yeah, let's just stop. Like,
I know. I mean, I just keep
he's not
hoping.
going to give us any.
I'm having a conversation after this because that was fucking. This is like, put your hair up, turn your hat backwards. Goddamn.
Or
Tommy.
lean to one side.
Yeah, exactly. I need to make some very like cartoon signage out there, like super big in your face with arrows type shit. You know, blinking lights. Like, keep the fuck away from the cameras, please. Oh yeah, Artavara does do that too. So that's what he was playing.
See,
for.
I don't know what he's doing here because I don't even see how this matters.
He just wants to fill more in the graveyard. It really doesn't.
I feel like he's
he had
being
enough.
a little too.
No, I agree with you. He had
patient.
enough in the graveyard already that could just win the game.
I've seen a couple opportunities here without knowing what's in Tommy's hand where you've had good opportunities to try to squeak out a win here, and you're just putting yourself in a position where you can accidentally draw that last living end, and that's going to be tough.
I fucking love that tattoo. And cycling into a force.
Doesn't like the force.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple of avenues he could have taken here. There's a chance for Tommy to actually get there, which is crazy because I wouldn't have thought. It looks pretty fucking bleak for a minute. Untap your dudes, Tommy. There you go. Tommy should be playing that tainted thing from Capenna. With the blood gas and shit, he should totally be playing that. Outburst. Alright, so Tommy's gonna says, yep, you're cascading into your one living end, and then I'm gonna counter it.
And that's going to get forced, and it's just a matter of whether or not Tommy has a second piece of interaction.
To be 4 cards in hand? Most likely not. See? Elevator music button. That's what we need.
Yeah, there's only one, so it could be oh, there it is. All right.
Tommy attempts to say no.
Yeah, and this isn't going to work out because he doesn't have double blue up after this, so
Yeah.
living in will resolve, apparently.
Yeah, that's plenty.
It's a haul.
Tommy needs a sweeper.
The funny part about this is one of the cards Tommy has in hand is this ley line that keeps getting played.
Yeah, Tommy's dead.
It doesn't look great.
That's that.
It does not look great.
Well, we knew this was not necessarily the best match. I'm going to see if we can see Tommy do his thing. Because if he would have had the right hand, he could have done the thing.
Yeah.
We could have seen it. That's all I wanted. I wanted to see the thing happen. Give him a chance.
This wasn't the match for that. So hey, you know what? Let's it's not
Oh,
all bad.
we're gonna have bonus coverage.
Yeah, it's not all bad. Like hopefully it's not like last week where we said promise of bonus coverage, went out there and everybody was already on game 3.
Oh, dude, no. This went fast. We were gonna find somebody.
I told you that would, man. Living in,
Oh, I know
it's
fast.
a super
I
speedy
know
deck.
it goes fast. I was just giving Tommy
So,
a chance to show
I
up.
was
his new
talking to
toy.
you. I was talking to the viewers.
All right.
Yeah, we promised it would be fast. It was fast.
It was fast.
So we'll be
it's
right
always
back with
fast.
bonus coverage. If we are not, we'll be back in 27 minutes with round 3 coverage.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.